Hello everybody and welcome to the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024. We are live in Antigua in the Caribbean for the arrivals. Thank you so much for watching. I am Charlotte, your live reporter. As many of you know, it has been a difficult and challenging race with the devastating loss of our ocean rower Alistair Putt. He was the captain of Team Aussie All Salts. He passed away on the 4th of January 2024. World's Toughest Row organises Atlantic campaigns. Our partners, followers, teams and the family and friends of Alistair have been completely touched by the outpouring of support shown from the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In light of the death of Alistair, our arrivals will, especially for the first one, be a bit different than what we're used to. The crossing of the finish line will be the same as previous, but race director Karsten Herren-Olsen will start the announcement of the winners when they are on the podium by saying a few words. Personally, Alistair was very kind to me during our time at race start, a true gentleman, and I like to think that he's right here with us now for the first arrival. Thank you to you all. Our first team to arrive is here now. In the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024, we have Team HMS Audacious. Here you can see the team approaching.
Woo-hoo! Almost there, guys!
Again, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us live here in Antigua. We are live on YouTube. Please share the live. Please let everybody know to watch our first team in this year's race rowing their way into English Habour. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know which team you're supporting. If you're a first timer or if you've been following for years, we'd like to hear from you.
30 meters! Almost
We are
there,
updating all over social media. Search World's Toughest Row for those updates.
A little bit over the starboard. 15 meters!
HMS Audacious are who you are watching. Our
5
five-man team, our
meters!
own five-man team in the fleet.
Look up
It's
to
the
the
first time in race history that a team of 5
That's it!
has won the World Summit.
Well done, lads! That's it! Stop rowing!
Yes! You can stop rowing! Just to be sure that they crossed, they carried on rowing. HMS Audacious are the overall winners of the World's Toughest Row Atlantic. They've been 35 days at
Well
sea.
done, lads! Great stuff! Awesome job, guys!
They're still flying in, almost as though they're going to Galleon Beach there in the background.
You did it, lads! Well done!
These guys
Well done! Great job!
are from the UK, and on board we have Rob Clarke, Dan Seager, Mike Forrester, Ian Allen and Matt Main. Matt Main is the skipper. He's on the oars there to the right of the screen, waving to the family and friends that are up on the fort behind us. We're going to spin around the boat so you'll be able to see that in just a moment. Very happy to see their family and friends. Look, you can see in the background, got Fort Berkeley. You might be able to picture a few people there standing on the wall, waving and taking pictures.
Bucket of water.
Really, really wonderful arrival.
Don't need to row, guys.
So as I say, on board we have Matt, Mike, Rob, Daniel and Ian. HMS Audacious.
That's us.
That is you. Welcome to Antigua, lads. Ian Allen, actually no stranger to ocean rowing. He rowed in the Woodvale Indian Ocean Row in 2009 as part of our, the very first four-man team to successfully make that crossing. These guys are aged between 37 and 40, and they are submariners. They rowed in, as you can see here, this boat named Captain Jim, respectfully named after Captain Jim Simpson, who was a fellow submariner who took his life in 2020. And these guys are supporting the Royal Navy and Marines charity in support of mental health initiatives. It's a repeating team, HMS Audacious, different submariners each time, although there were two that repeated the row twice before. Hugo and Callum, shout out to you, I'm sure you're watching. And the team previously fundraised over 100,000 in support of their charity. So not only an impressive row from these lads, but also impressive fundraising from the past teams there as well. Royal Navy submariners recently applauded in the English House of Commons. It is said one of the greatest strengths of a submariner is being able to maintain a sense of humour in some of the worst conditions. And these guys kept us thoroughly entertained throughout. You can always check out their social media if you haven't been following them on Instagram, Facebook. HMS Audacious is what you're searching for.
Keep it far out and downwind.
So they're quite used to extreme environments as submariners, spending long periods away from loved ones, upwards of 3 months at a time in a submarine vessel. In both environments, they also need to know the ins and outs of their vessel, support crewmates, and manage watch systems while contending with sleep deprivation. And sleep deprivation was a massive thing for these guys because of the way that they had scheduled their rowing. I'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. Initially, they started to look as though they were going east rather than west, heading away from Antigua, which was questioned by some, but it was all very tactical. It was to catch some more favourable weather while rowing 3 up, utilising their 5-man team strength. Okay, so these guys are just setting up for their flares photo shot. If you're wondering why they're standing up on their boat, that's about to happen. In the beginning, 4-man team Marduk took the initial lead, but then HMS Audacious overtook within the first 24 hours and have held on to the lead ever since. Race start was in the midst of very eerie skies with Saharan dust storm in La Gomera, which meant that all teams lost sight of land very, very quickly. And then straight in to their row, the weather patterns and big conditions meant that it was super fast and furious race start. It threw all teams in at the deep end in the first week, but nonetheless, HMS Audacious very soon got into their rhythm. And they even became the first team this year to do 100 nautical miles within 24 hours. And that was just days into being at sea. So you could see that winning was very much on their agenda. There they go.
Yes, boy!
Keep your messages of support coming in. Clearly very much with their sea legs there, staying upright for that. The super yachts in the background sounding their horns in celebration. These guys, like I say, kept us very much entertained throughout their row. They even figured out, created poetry along the way, which was extremely good to watch.
But the dinghy will guide you in.
Turns out that Dan, who you can see there to the left, standing at the front of the boat,
Awesome job.
is a literary genius,
Legends.
starting the trend of speaking verse in his videos and proving highly entertaining and getting everybody else involved as well. And a little example is when they were relaying their experience of seasickness, Dan recited, "Vom, vom, vom, we each took our turn. A stable, level platform is what we all yearn." And in full-on sarcastic mode, explaining their hot and bumpy sleep shifts, he said, "It's humid and hot in here, just rolling around. This gentle sway, my sleep is sound." At the end of that one, he actually rolled his eyes because clearly that wasn't the case. And they gave us lots more renditions of those verses about snack pack pranks, interval training pain, catching flying fish. We also learnt of their loss of their GoPro and how they contemplated how long it took to sink 5 kilometers to the bottom of the ocean. And a beautiful and moving ode to their families, which each team member took a turn reciting verse by verse, giving us the story of their row. It was truly captivating. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching the arrival of HMS Audacious, our winning team in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024. As you can see, they are starting their row now into Nelson's Dockyard, which is there to the left of the screen. They're going to row themselves in, and we are going to head in ahead of them so that we can watch them as they come into land and step onto land for the first time in 35 days. So stick around, we're going to put on a hold screen. We will come back. We're not sure how long it's going to take them to row, so make sure you stay tuned, don't go anywhere. A few minutes, 5, 10, we're not sure, as long as it takes them to row in, and we'll see you shortly. Thanks for watching so far, see you in a bit. Hello and welcome back. You are watching HMS Audacious as they
Pop those flares and give them a warm welcome.
As they row into Nelson's Dockyard as the winners of the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024. Thank you everybody for watching. Keep your messages of support coming in for our 5-man team, HMS Audacious.
20 more meters, guys, and you've made it all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. 3,000 miles, Panama in the breeze, 2 Antigua in Caribbean. Welcome to Welcome to Antigua.
Representing the United Kingdom, Rob Clarke, Dan Seager, Mike Forrester, Ian Allen, Matt Main. A repeating team. This is the 3rd time that HMS Audacious team has taken part in the challenge. The
last
team,
5 meters is always the most difficult, but soon you're here.
The first of the HMS Audacious teams was in 2019 in the Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge 2019, and they rowed in 37 days, 7 hours.
And here we had a touch on the Dockyard, meaning HMS Audacious have made it all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, 3,000 miles, being the first team here this year in the World Service Road 2023. The overall winners, HMS Audacious.
The second team of HMS Audacious rode in 2022. 9th overall, they completed in 35 days, 17 hours. We're going to see if these guys have beat the last team in terms of their time, because they both came in the same amount of days, when we find out the actual time shortly with Carsten.
Yeah, give them a big shout out. First we do this, then we do the flag. Okay. Ian, come and hold that one. Now we're going to do the join the
As I was saying, these guys rode 3 up
Ladies
at
and
a time.
gentlemen, as the banner says, we rode the Atlantic, and indeed they did. Give it up for the overall winners of the World Service Road 2023, HMS Audacious! Come on, guys! Come on, lads! Go on, boys! Come on! I'm Danish, so I'm allowed to mess up the flag a little bit. But now it's right.
Get the join on, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the United Kingdom, HMS Audacious! Come on, lads! Come on, Ryan, get it! It's also the third HMS Audacious team we have had in the race. When they are on the podium, we will see whether they have been the fastest HMS Audacious team. Time will tell. But ladies and gentlemen, would we like to see these incredible 5 submariners step on land? We can do better than that. Would we like to see them step on land? Families awaiting you here. Well, families, why family not inside? Come on, family.
Family, come on inside.
We wait for them for more than a month. So now we wait for them. So guys, beautiful teamwork, incredible campaign. Who's the first one? Last off is Skipper. So a big applause to the team and all winners of the World Service Road 2023. It can be a bit wobbly here. Last one on land, Skipper map. There are 10 kids within the team, future ocean rowers maybe. Not all of them are here, but most of them. The rest are watching from home on our live feed on YouTube.
Oh, look at that. Wow, look at that. You're awake. Right. Yeah, look at that. It's definitely. Oh, I did, yes. I did. Give me a kiss. Come on, Cameron. Give me a kiss. Give me a shower. Oh, I think a shower. There you go. Oh, thank you.
How's it feel?
Wobbly, but I'm sure it's not. It feels really wobbly, but this is like solid. It's been pretty tough. It's been really, really tough. Definitely the hardest thing I've done. Those are the coolest t-shirts ever, boys. You gotta keep those. They're special ones. Super special ones.
They're just holding on to each other so tightly. 35
Ladies and
days.
gentlemen, it's time to get our 5 submariners onto the stage. So Matt, Dan, Ian, Alan, and Rob, please move forward to the podium.
As I was saying, they rowed 3 up at a time, which took its toll on the team initially. It meant that the 2 hours on, 2 hours off that many teams adopt became much more than 2 hours of rowing each shift. And then with cleaning themselves, the salt water and bacteria can lead to some nasty sores, so that's very important. Cooking, eating, and doing whatever chores they need to do on the boat meant that they would only sleep for about 50 minutes at a time. That's each shift. Every couple hours, take a break for 50 minutes, get some sleep, and then get back on the oars for another shift for 35 days, if you can imagine that. When they talk about sleep deprivation, you can just imagine how much they need to sleep. They even called it themselves absolutely relentless.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, a warm welcome to Dockyard, English Habour in beautiful Antigua and Barbuda. And what a start here we have had. The first arrival just happened, we just witnessed that. Before I move on to the celebration, the announcement of the crossing time, and pronounce you the overall winners, etc., I would like to say just a few words about the circumstances within this year's edition of the World Toughest Row. We started December 12th last year from La Gomera, and very sadly and tragically we lost a rower in January 4th, Alistair Put. So the entire race, we celebrate our teams, but the entire race is dedicated in the memory of Alistair. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have just witnessed here is the incredible arrival of HMS Audacious. And as I mentioned before, that you're the third HMS Audacious team within the race. We have a time previously saying 37 days, 7 hours, 3 minutes in 2019. Last year we had a time saying 35 days, 17 hours, 19 minutes. This year, ladies and gentlemen, we have a time saying 35 days, 4 hours, and 30 minutes! Meaning you are, to date, the fastest HMS Audacious team, but we are having another one in the next race, so let's see, there's something to chase now. First of all, a gift bag from Antigua and Barbuda handed out by Tani here. I take applause. And also a certificate of achievement from our adjudicator, Ocean Rowing Stats, for your incredible achievement, 35 days on the Atlantic Ocean. That is an incredible achievement. We have so many beautiful boats here at the Dockyard, yachts, and even some of our teams have met some of them. They are incredible, but most of them have sails and motors. You have been powered all the way by your strength. You are incredible submariners, and therefore, it's with great pride that I announce you officially to the overall winners of the World Toughest Row 2023! So guys, time to talk a little bit about the crossing. It's been, throughout the entire crossing, it's been very exciting to follow your journey. It's been a spotless campaign almost. Obviously you have obstacles throughout the crossing. There's been some water in the cabin, there's been some knockdowns, basic normal stuff within an ocean rowing. You have also been very good on your socials with a lot of poetry. So the ones who have followed this team across have heard all the incredible poems. I will spare the audience for a poem from me. I'm pretty bad, but let's speak to the lads. How was the overall journey, Matt?
Pretty challenging, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really long way. I don't recommend rowing it. Fly it, or cruise it. No, it was amazing. We had a real mixture. We had some really challenging conditions, which was good for us as a five. We thought, we thought going in, challenging weather would make it good for us, and so it proved. I think we're a bit heavier. We get through on the oars more, and so while we struggled along with the rest of the fleet, maybe we struggled a little bit less and able to go a little bit faster. So that was great. We had some beautiful times rowing in the moonlight, the full moon behind you, probably a highlight. Rowing in time, racing through the night on the big waves, crazy but brilliant fun. We had some real lows in the headwinds and crosswinds, just slogging it out. But all around, amazing experience. Can't believe it's over. Sometimes it seemed like it would never end. But these boys have been amazing. And the weather's a big factor. Big shout out to Alex Ali, who's here, our router. Did an amazing job of helping us make the most of it. The boat was incredible. Surfing the waves, Captain Jim just sorted us right out so fast. And then, teamwork. These men are amazing. We made a real bond. 5 of us living in that tiny space. Not easy. And to make it work just took a lot of tolerance, a lot of love. And we had our ups and downs, but it was brilliant. Thank you.
Lots of love and teamwork, and that's what we see in this incredible race. When people are having difficulties at home, being crowded in the couch, have a look at this boat and imagine 5 strong big men having to do everything on board for 3,000 miles. That includes eating, toilet, sleeping, fixing equipment, and so on and so forth. The first knockdown you experienced out there, how was that?
So it's it's going to come and it's inevitable. It still can kind of take you by sort of surprise a little bit, and it just shows you that the immense power of the ocean and the way you've kind of got to work with it. You can't fight it, and if you're going to get knocked down, it's going to happen. But you've then got to get your heads back in the game. You've got to get the boat away from beam to sea, and you've got to get the power back down, because otherwise the next knockdown's turning you over. And we were good, and that didn't happen. So again, back to the teamwork that Matt was talking about. You get knocked down, you get hit. You get back up again, you look at each other, you kind of smile a little bit, maybe to cover the fear, and then you give big left hands, left hand, get yourself back on course, away together. You pull yourself. Yeah, that's the way.
Stop it. Anyone not inspired to do some good work today?
Give me PTSD.
Also, within submariners, mariners, it's kind of you use humor a lot in terms of, when you have difficult times. You are up to 3 months, at the bottom of oceans. Humor on board.
Humor on board. Oh, well, it's
Just say something funny.
Cheers, thanks.
A poetry.
Go on, funny man.
Oh no. Farewell, Atlantic Ocean. It's true, I cannot lie. If I was offered to row again, I'd definitely fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it all here. Not the best ambassadors for the race. But that changes within hours, we know that. So family, last question actually. Families are here, so we need to be careful about how you reply to this one. You have been 5 team members on board. You have done an incredible campaign. You are now the overall winners of the World Toughest Row 2023. Did you have any time out there to talk about any new adventures?
New adventures. I think they're firmly vetoed for the foreseeable future. I do want to say just a massive thank you to all the families, but particularly our partners, because as submariners we do this as our job, and they deal with all the day-to-day family life, admin, the trauma, the difficulties, but then for us to go and do it in a good cause, but for us to go and do it for choice and for them to support us is incredible. So thank you all, and thank you to my partner Ruth, who's not here, with the boys. You're amazing, and thank you so much.
A big applause for family and friends to the team. So, in a bit we are doing an interview live on YouTube. But before we do that, once again, ladies and gentlemen, you witness it all here at Nelson's Dockyard in beautiful English Habour. HMS Audacious, the overall winners of the World's Toughest Road 2023, in a time of 35 days, 4 hours and 30 minutes. Let's give them a hip hip hooray and have a great start to the day. HMS Audacious, hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! And over to Charlotte and YouTube Live.
Yes, guys.
And stay around, we also have a nice salute with the Antigua military just in a bit.
Can you stop this deck moving?
It's definitely not a pontoon. Is it not? No, it's definitely static.
It is.
There is no movement here.
Is this going to say? Definitively yes.
Not long, they say.
3 days or so?
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Okay, squeeze in, guys. Let's get you all in shot.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Oh, there's a step for me. That was really kind.
You've gone the top one.
Brilliant. Oh, really well done, guys. It's been such a pleasure to watch you on your social media. Have you got any more poems, Dan?
No. There is one we've released, and it's going to come out tomorrow, probably, which is a big farewell, which is what I stole that from. I'm not that good. They would literally take at least a day, and I don't mind saying I was in tears after every single line, because whether it was meaningful or not, you're on this tightrope of emotion. You've got zero barrier to sort of breaking down. There was one, I was trying to do one of the families, and Matt said, just talk about like how they do all the little stuff, and we actually do very little, even when we are there. And he went, something like this, and then just went silent for a minute. And he goes, I can't say it. I can't say I'm breaking down. So we all went through it. It was tough, but yeah, great.
You could tell when Dan was thinking about poems.
Don't say that.
What was he doing?
You could just tell by his rowing.
Great stuff. So are you like this when you're on the submarine for months at a time? Are you just like...
Completely different.
The sense of duty on a submarine means that you're focused, you switch off from home within reason, and you're pretty focused. This was a choice. And that there's a line in one of them about the irony. That was our partner's poem, like the irony of us going away to demonstrate or to highlight the difficulties that families go through. We've chosen to do this, so it made it so much harder for me personally to be choosing to leave. I quite like my wife and kids. I know it's rare. I know.
It's a good realisation
It's a lot
at the
more
end.
thinking time as well.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
for a wedding.
So where can people find your poems, your social media? Tell us.
No idea. Thankfully, someone else was uploading all the stuff. But yeah, on our social media, on Instagram.
Search HMS Audacious.
HMS Audacious Facebook, HMS Audacious Instagram.
So no temptation to follow Hugo and Callum and do it again?
Well, they need to go again
I
and
think
be
they
our
need to
time
follow
slot.
us.
Back to them.
Very much, yeah.
Back to them.
Okay, guys, so give us one last question, and that's just to tell, not even a question, friends and family, everybody watching from back home, what would you like to say to them directly?
Well, thank you very much for their support in the build up to the race and also during the race. I'm sure they've been following us. And also for the donations. I think during the race itself, the amount of donations we've had has skyrocketed, and we've had feedback of that during the race. So that's been really positive and literally helped keep us going, knowing that loads of people are following us. A lot thanks to Dan's social media efforts. We've hugely increased our followers and amounts of donations during the race as well.
Brilliant. It was really lovely to follow your journey. Welcome to Antigua.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come with me, we'll get you food. Whereabouts are they?
Next thing for them will be to sort out some of the official business, passports, etc. And then they will get to sit down in a chair, proper chair, and have a proper meal. A lot of what they've eaten is freeze-dried food. I mean, snack packs are hugely popular, and everybody makes a decent effort to ensure that they've got what they need in their snack packs. So we're going to let these guys go off and enjoy their arrival with their trophy. Got a little technical issue. Is your mic on?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you everybody for watching. My camera's gone down. We have a second camera. That's really handy. Our next team to row in, you've just seen our first team, HMS Audacious. Next up, second arrival, will be team out of the blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big applause.
Rowing for the Netherlands and also representing Ireland and Germany. They are due in, our first team of four, due in tomorrow, Thursday the 18th, around 5 p.m. last time I looked, local time. You'll see on the YB Races tracker that is a UTC time. We are 4 hours minus the UTC time. So around 5 o'clock, but that depends on how quickly they row over the next few hours. So keep an eye on our updates on social media. We will keep you informed. And then we will be back live for their arrival. Keep sending in your messages of support from back home. Our teams receive wonderful motivation from your messages, so make sure you keep sending those in. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.